Sorry, guys. I didn't even know we was live. Yeah. So it was really good, guys. Listen, today's live stream is about, is it too late? Okay. I keep getting this question every year, every month, every few weeks. Joe, is it too late for me? Should I do something else? Should I do some other type of development or type of part of the tech industry? Is coding, gone? Is this thing gonna be replaced, etc.? It's always something, right? It's always something that someone is concerned about, worried about if this thing is gonna be worth their time. Are they gonna see any results? And I will say, yeah, it's still time to get into this game, man. Now, again, there's definitely some difficulties in the sense of years ago there was a lot of opportunities for like front end development, but that doesn't mean that there's not jobs for web development in the tech industry. It's a lot of different type of positions that's out here that a lot of people don't talk about. I know I sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to help these people that's against the wall, that's like trying to get into a new career, but they just don't know about these positions. They don't pay attention to that because no one else talks about it, right? Again, people's gonna create content around, what's the highest paying job, right? But they don't make content on the positions where people start off. I was watching this YouTube channel from this Indian developer. I think his name is Sid, if I'm not mistaken. But he was talking about how YouTubers, have been lying to you, and it's true and false at the same time, right? It's true that a lot of YouTubers go in, create content that's beneficial to them, right? That's gonna get them either views or to be able to sell a course or to be able to, make some type of money, right? Because at the end of the day, no one's gonna do this shit for free, right? To do all this work and just do it randomly for free. It doesn't make sense for the amount of hours that this takes, right? But there was some things that he was mentioning in there that I believe that, makes a lot of sense for people, right? When you go in and you search web development, you're always going to find that people talk about the highest paying positions. You got software engineer, front end developer, back end developer, right? Or a specialty like React, right? Or Vue.js, Angular, right? So people's gonna always talk about that because that's you know, where the most eyes are. People get excited about the idea of walking around with a granola bar, a granola freaking, you know, fucking bowl in their hand and eating granola at Google, right? Everyone wants that. But no one really wants to put in the work that it takes to get to that point. So it's more beneficial for most YouTubers to just show you, where they at in their career, or show you about the latest trends or the latest things that's happening or the things that they're into. Not really thinking about the consequences, right? And how can they actually could help, people that's in the game, right? People that's trying to get into the game and become developers. One thing that was funny enough about that video from Sid was like a lot of the stuff that he mentioned. Like he said, "Oh, why don't YouTubers go in and tell you where the job's at?" Right? And I was like thinking in my head, all the stuff that he was saying that other people don't do is exactly what I do on this channel, right? You see me going in and doing job search live, looking for job opportunities for new beginners and stuff like that. So it was just funny watching that video and seeing how all the stuff that he says, yo, this YouTubers don't do it. It's like that's exactly what we do on this channel. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that he mentioned, he was right. He was talking about, like, people come in, they don't tell you where they start their first job. For example, a lot of the YouTubers that you see, right, that's quote unquote influencers, they started with PHP, right? But yet nowadays they'll go in and tell you, hey man, you got to start doing Python, you got to start doing Node.js, you got to start doing this and that. Mind you, by them doing that, they're taking away from you the opportunity of actually getting your first job. Because yes, when you have 5 years in the game or more, it's easy for you to get a Node.js job, right? Freaking full stack developer with Python and React and this and that, right? It's easy because you already have experience. But for the beginner, he don't have those opportunities. Where the opportunities are at is in the things that a lot of people don't want to do. That's just the facts. For example, like PHP, people don't want to do PHP, not because it's bad, but because it's not a modern language, right? And even though it's gotten a lot of good updates and there's frameworks like Laravel, a lot of times people come in and they already have this idea because they see in the comment section of, like, oh, PHP is bad, PHP is a spaghetti code, right? But most of the time, those people that are saying that, they got their start in PHP. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, you want to get started, you want to get into this industry, or you want to be keeping up with the Joneses with guys that have 5+ years in the game, right? And that's something that's very important that people understand. And I've been saying this shit for years. It's funny when I see people, talk about, even this video of Sid talking about how YouTube has been lying to them. And I'm like, bro, I've been saying this shit for years. Everything this kid mentioned in that YouTube video is like, yo, I've been saying this shit for years. This is why on my channel I focus on helping people get into the game and giving them, like, real advice. And if I say, hey, this advice cannot help you if you are in India or Pakistan or wherever the hell you at, right? I will tell you, hey man, this advice is not for you. Hey, this is for U.S. only. Hey, this is for, people in the UK. Like, whatever advice I'm giving, I'm personalizing it to that type of a community, because then you could actually help people. If you go in and give advice, just general purpose type of advice, like, oh yeah, keep working hard. Oh yeah, just build projects. Yeah, but what projects? What type of projects? And for what position? Right? Those are the things that most people don't go in and niche down. Because if you niche down and you could, give a real advice to somebody, right? Maybe it won't get you the most views. But guess what? You're going to actually help people. So it's just very interesting, that video, man. I'm actually, most likely do a full reaction to the video maybe this week, see what you guys think. Because I think that guy, he mentioned a lot of good stuff. But at the end of the day, I was like, all the shit that he mentioned is the same shit that I've been mentioning on my live streams for years. But again, when I say it, it's like I'm just a random dude with a hat on, right? It's industry bias, right? They're like, nah, New York dude with a hat on, I don't know, his shit's solid. Let's pull up some random nerdy dude, and he mentions the same shit that I've been saying. Cool, yeah, he's right. Yeah, man, it is what it is, right? Somebody says something in here. Reading through here. Uran Randall said, it's a dead market, 2 to 3 years experience for entry-level positions. We wouldn't say that those are entry-level positions. Those are junior-level positions, right? I've been saying this too. Go to my website, CodingPhase.com, guys. Even if you cannot sign up to my courses or don't want to sign up to my platform, right? That's fine. I want you to go to CodingPhase.com and read through the front page. The front page is going to give you a lot of information so you can understand what's going on in the industry and how to actually go in and tackle this, right? It's free information. It don't cost you nothing to go to the site and go check it out. CodingPhase.com. Go check it out. Trust me. Now, in there, I go in and I give you all of the jobs that are entry-level positions. Then I tell you, hey, guess what? Right now, junior-level positions are all asking for a year to 2 years of experience. So this is not how it was in 2018, 2019, where a junior-level position was somebody with no experience. No, you're a junior level when you actually have a year of experience. So those positions that you're applying to, front-end development, back-end development, software engineer, full-stack developer, you're not going to get those jobs without no experience right now, guys. Right? That's just the facts. And if you do, you're one of the lucky ones. Right? Because right now, companies are not hiring, new developers with literally no experience. You actually need to have some type of experience of at least a year to 2 years. And again, I don't want to fucking pat myself on the back, but I've been saying this shit for years. Right? When you come into the game, right, you're not a mid-level developer till you're on your third and your fourth year. Your first year and your second year working as in a company, you're a junior developer. You're nowhere near even being a mid, right? And even for you to become a mid-level developer, you need 3 to 4. And then for being a senior level developer, you need to have 5+ years in the game. 5+ years. You can't skip this, right? This is something that you cannot skip. And I want to go in and give you guys this advice, right? Please do not go to anyone that comes in and tells you, I got the shortcut to skip the line, right? This is how they're going to get you, okay? Someone comes in and tells you, hey, man, you know what, man? You don't need to get an entry-level job, man. We could get you into a full-stack developer job. It's capped right now. It's capped. It's been capped. Now it's even more capped, right? You need to understand that for you to get those positions, it comes with years of experience and knowledge. You're not, even if you wanted to go in and learn all of the skills, right, in 1 year or 6 months, you're still nowhere near somebody who is a mid-level or a senior level developer. So when you go to these interviews, maybe you have a decent portfolio that gets you the interview, but guess what? You're nowhere near of actually getting hired, because there's guys that's really qualified for the positions right now. Okay? So what do? Do you cry it out? Do you be like, oh my God, I can't find a job, I wasted my time? No, you go for the actual entry-level positions. You got content management, right, which is web producer, web administrator, product editor. Those positions mean that you're working at a company and you're helping them manage the website. Everything that they need, that the front-end developer is too busy to do, that the back-end developer is too busy to do, that's what you do. Hey, we need you to go in and add 20 products to this online store. Guess what? You got to go in and you put it. Hey, man, we actually need, to have all of these landing pages, to have our Facebook pixels so we could track them when we start running advertisement. Guess what? That's what you have to do. Hey, can you go into this email automation service? We're using Salesforce, but can you go in there and create this custom template for this new email that we're going to do for July 4th on a sale? That's what you have to do, right? Those are easy positions. Now, I know everyone wants to go in and they think in their head that they're going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. They're going to be the next even you. You're going to be the next, I don't know, Dan Abramoff. The truth is, all of those guys started from the bottom. So for you to expect to be at the top makes no sense. Go look this shit up. Mark Zuckerberg, before he was making, you know, Facebook, he was messing around with freaking WordPress. So there's levels to this shit. There's things that you have to go through in this career, right? It's like a guy who does construction, right? A guy who does construction, he don't start building, you know, $1 million homes on his first project. He might start with just building a garage. He might just start with just, you know, going in and paving a driveway, putting some concrete on the floor. That's where he starts. He don't start building a $1 million home. They leave that type of project for the guys that's been in the game for years. So you cannot skip the game, right? A boot camp comes up to you and tells you, hey man, we can come in and get you this guaranteed job and this and that. This bullshit, right? You know, just the other day, when was it? Yesterday, I saw on Instagram some random dude running how you call this shit? Running advertisement, right? The dude, I don't want to give too much information because I don't want no beef, but at the same time, it just sounded so much bullshit. The dude was a quote unquote, I don't know, let's just say he was working, damn, I don't want to say it because then some people might know who it is. Let's just say he has a career. He already has a great career, already went to a great university, right? Then he goes to a boot camp, and he takes a couple of algorithm courses, and he gets a job, right? He gets a job. A year later, he goes in and he applies to Google, right? And he got the job at Google, which is great. I'm not mad at him. Get your money, little duffel bag boy. Get that money, right? But then now, the individual is coming in and talking on Instagram, like, hey man, I can guarantee you, get you a job, a 6-figure job at Google and this and that. And I'm like, hold on, bro. Most people that's gonna come into this game, they don't have your background, right? They don't have an Ivy League school, because a lot of these people, they come in and they sell you the story on what happened to them, but their story doesn't match with yours. So when you try their strategy, that shit doesn't work for you. Because if you have a law degree from fucking Yale, from Yale, right? And you decide now to be a developer, you would think, right? You would think that when you show up with the skills as a developer, right? And you have you have the skills, you have the projects, you have everything, all the knowledge. You think that a degree from Yale doesn't open up doors? And that's the shit that sometimes I get pissed off at people, because, they give a bad name to people that actually do good work, right? Because somebody might go in, sign up with that dude, comes back, gets no results because the dude sold them a dream. And then from there, now we all got to pay for it. What does that mean, right? I got courses, I'm coaching people, but I'm taking a realistic approach, because I'm looking not at what I have in my background, but what people that come to me have in their background. So a good coach doesn't go in and create a plan from his point of view. He creates a plan from the point of view of the student. How can I help you get into the tech industry, right? Hey, you're a truck driver with limited time, right, of actually sitting down and learning how to code. How can we get you started, right? You're a nurse. You have limited time. You're a traveling nurse. You're always doing this and that. Got 12-hour shifts. How can I help you go in and switch careers, right? But if I go in and I sell you a dream, and then now I can't deliver on it, it's just like this guy Sid said, right? He was like, oh, a lot of times these people come in, they can't deliver, they oversell on what they can do, and then they blame the student as if like the student did the wrong things. Like, well, you did something wrong. It's like, no, it's not the student, it's the plan that you gave them. You get what I'm saying? It's the plan that you gave them. That person is not gonna come in and get a job at Google in 1 year. So they don't have your background. So shit like that pisses me off, because I'm like, man, you know, I'm the type of dude that I freaking bust my ass for my students. You know, I go hard to make sure that I deliver, right, and that I can help people out. But when I see stuff like that, I'm like, damn, man, it should be crazy. But people love this shit. Y'all love this shit, right? Look right now, how many people is in here, right? And they watch my content all the time and watch everything that we do, but still hasn't signed up to CodingPhase.com, right? The majority of you guys, right? Let's just be honest, right? The majority of you guys haven't even signed up to CodingPhase, haven't tried CodingPhase, right? Y'all doing everything but go to CodingPhase, right? Y'all go to Free Code Camp, Udemy, watch a million YouTube tutorials, right? Go in and sign up to a boot camp, and then after you failed with everything, then you come back to me and you say, damn, Joe, I should have listened to you. You should have fucking listened to me since the beginning, right? Because there isn't a lot of people in this game that has you in mind, right? They're gonna give you what you think you want because it's an easy lick. It's an easy way to get paid. If I go in and I tell you, hey man, I could get you a $180,000 job in 6 months, right? You're gonna come in and be like, damn, that shit sounds good. 180,000, right? But if I go in and I tell you, hey man, I could get you into a $65,000 to $85,000 job in the next 2 to 4 months, right? And then from there, put you on a path. So a year from now, you can go in and start making 100, 120, and then 2 years from now, you can go in and start making 150 and up. That don't sound good. You get what I'm saying? That don't sound good. That doesn't get you excited. But y'all love this fucking sell you a dream, you know, and I'll be like crazy. It's like, I don't understand how people, they don't understand things sound too good to be true is because it's not true. You get what I'm saying? When someone comes up to you and tells you some shit that it just sounds too good to be true, right? If it was that easy, everybody here will be making that type of money. You get what I'm saying? There's people right now that have 5+ years in the game and they don't even make $100-something thousand. And that's the truth. You could go on Stack Overflow, developer survey, right? You could look at the JavaScript survey, right? They put in there, you know, the actual, you know, age ranges, right? And salary ranges that people are making. It's a small percentage of like people that actually go in and is making more than $150,000, right? But every boot camp, every influencer, everybody that's out here, they sell it to you as if everyone's making that. And it's like, you can get there, but you're gonna have to put in some work, because that's a small percentage. Those positions are positions that, you know, everyone in the world, not here just in the US, but in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy right now with a doctorate degree in fucking India right now, and he's trying to get one of those positions. There's a guy who's been teaching. He worked in the industry, been teaching from Mexico, and he's trying to get those positions. There's a guy that writes books about these topics and these subjects that we do as developers, that the things that we work on. A guy that talks on freaking on conferences, and he's not making that type of money. So when someone comes in and tells you we can help you make $150,000 to $200,000 in the next few months, you should know something's off. Because if it was that easy, that guy that's doing conferences, he wouldn't be trying to just get that job. He would have had it already. That guy that has a book on on the fucking on Node.js, he wouldn't be applying to a position like that. He would already had it. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that you got to keep in mind. Also, too, another thing that had me like baffled was the dude that was running this advertisement, right? Was like, this dude don't even have 2 years. Dude doesn't even have 2 years in the game as a developer, and he's like, yo, I'm trying to coach you how to do this thing at fucking at Google and this and that. And it's like, yo, we could see through all that shit. The dude got hired when in the middle of the pandemic, when they were hiring a lot of people, right? There was mad people that got hired at Google, at Shopify, a bunch of other companies. They got hired, and those are the people that got laid off too. So dude goes in, gets this opportunity that rarely comes for anybody. He was there at the right time, at the right place, has a great background, right? And then after that, he gets the position, doesn't even have 2 years of experience, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna teach people how to do the same thing that I did. And it's like, that don't make no sense. You don't even have fucking 5 years in this game. You got a position by luck, literally. Like, you was at the right place at the right time. You know, and now you over here selling people on this dream, and it's like, yo, then you fuck it up for everybody, because it's like, that's not possible for everyone. And when you sell it as if everyone can do that, that just fucks it up for everybody in the game, because it just discredits everyone, and everyone thinks is that everyone's just like that clown. But I don't know, people are crazy, you know. But this is why I tell you guys, you gotta keep your eyes open, man. Keep your eyes open, you know, and just go for the shit that seems real. Everything else that seems too good to be true is because it's too good to be true. You know? Let me see. Moses Lack says, where is 5 years a senior? Where's 5 years a senior? That's everywhere. I don't know where you've seen that you need more than that, right? In 5 years, right, as a developer, right, you've already gone through all the different stages, all the junior level stages, right, the entry level positions, right? You've been through some shit, right? So in 5 years, it's a good starting range. That doesn't mean that that's a guarantee that's where you're considered a senior. Because sometimes people could have 5 years in the game, all right, but working at companies doing junior level developer positions. That happens a lot too. You know, shout out to one of the students at CodingPhase, right? I'm not gonna say his name, no need to, but he has 5+ years doing development, right? And then now, positions that he's applying to, right? They're not giving him the position because the companies that he worked on and the tasks that he worked on were very basic, like not basic, but it's like entry level, junior level positions, right? And even though he has 5 years, when he goes to these interviews and they look at his resume and says 5 years of experience, he hasn't kept up with you know, everything that's been happening in the industry, and you know, the skill level that he's supposed to have at 5-year range. So he's having a little bit of difficulties finding his position, even with 5 years. So again, that goes to show you having 5 years is not a guarantee that you're now a senior level developer. Now, with 5 years, if you went the right way, Ethan, put on your seatbelt. If you have 5 years, right, and you've been actually doing this the proper way of, constantly continuing to learn, right? Like, you start your first year, entry-level position, content editor, email developer, right? Get your first experience, right? From there, learn more about the front end. That's when you start learning more about React. You spend that whole year learning about, React and single-page applications. Then you spend another 6 months doing back-end development. Either move back. I can't see through the mirror. So, sorry guys, I'm over here with my son. But yeah, so how you call it? So again, you do that, right? Now on your third year, now you're building your own type of applications, right? Maybe you're working at a company where now they're giving you more full-time or full stack work, right? Then now you have a natural progression, so you could become a senior level developer. Now you're mentoring other developers and helping them out. When things break, they come to you for your guidance. Yeah, that's the natural progression for a senior level developer. But if you're working at a company, let's say for example, and you've been doing, let's say WordPress. I'll give you an example, WordPress. And all you've been doing on WordPress is just using themes to build, websites for small businesses. And on your free time, you never worked on anything else, on other projects. You never really worked on JavaScript. You never built like a custom WordPress plugin. Like, guess what? You're going to be fucking limited. You're not going to be able to get a senior level position even if you have 5 years. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. You have to maintain your skills and level up, because senior level developer, what that means is you've been through some shit, right? The other developers that just started, they haven't gone through. You understand how, the full spectrum of web development, right? That we can throw you on the front end, you can do that. You can throw you in the back end, you can do that. A company has an issue, you can figure out what's the right tools, right? What's the right APIs, the right services that we should use to be able to solve that problem. If you're not there, you're not a senior level developer. Sometimes you go to companies and they're giving out titles like it's, like it's fucking candy, like it's a Tic Tac. You know what I mean? They're giving out titles like it's a Tic Tac. It's like, yo, senior level developer, senior engineer. The dude has 1 year. He just came in. Now it's senior engineer, right? Like, that shit don't make no sense. But some companies do that. And then some of these people, I remember on Twitter, there was a girl talking about, today's my second year as a developer, and I'm so happy that I'm a senior developer. I've been given the role of senior developer. I'm like, yo, they're giving titles as like it's a fucking Tic Tac to some of these people. And then when they go in and they leave that company and they apply to a real company that gives value to those titles, when they try to go in and go for those interviews, they realize they're nowhere near being a senior level developer. If you're not the go-to guy that people go to when shit breaks down, you're not a senior level. You're still at mid, you're still at junior. No one's asking you for guidance on what should we be doing, how should we tackle this. You're not a senior level developer. You're a mid-level at most. You're not mentoring nobody. You're not responsible for a team. You're not a senior level developer. So those are little things that you got to keep in mind. And that's where I tell people, you got to pay attention, right? Don't let people go in and try to sell you on this dream that this shit is easy. It's easy to get in, as you know, for the right positions. And if you have the right guidance and you have the right projects and the right portfolio, if you know how the game works, you can win the game. But if you don't, you're not going nowhere. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Curtis says, when you realize that the job market is BS, it's just like the great curve. Some people make 50K, some people make 109K, some make 150. Most people make 70K. Yeah, and that's how it is. You know, because not every company has that type of budget. You know, not every company has a budget where they could just be spending $100,000, you know, on every single little thing. Because you got to think about it like this. For a company to justify, right? For a company to justify to hire a developer for $100,000, they need to be making, from the work that that developer makes, right, at least $500,000, right? Companies don't go in and hire employees to break even and be like, well, we you know, with the work that this guy came in, we was able to make, you know, 200,000, right? So we broke even, basically. You know, it's like, no, companies are you know, are there to make a profit. So if you go in and you hire somebody, you want to go in and get at least a 4 times return of whatever you pay them. 4 or 5 times return, it's great. You know, anything lower than that, then they need to hire new people to take care of that company, because that's how you become profitable, right? You hire somebody for 20% of the work, right? Worth or whatever it is that you're gonna be able to do, and then from there you get the you know, return on investment to be higher. But yeah, there's a lot of companies that don't have that type of bread to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that's where we all start at, you know. Jill, driving, teaching, parenting, unstoppable. Yeah, man. I just try to multitask, you know what I mean? Because today is going to be a very busy day for me. Today's a very, very busy day, so I'm on my way to Costco, get some waters, because, you know, the house is dried up. Ain't no water right now. No water bottles, so we need to get some water bottles. At the same time, I said, let me go live, get to talk to you guys about some topics. And usually, you know, 12 o'clock is the best time to go live with you guys. Most of you guys are on lunch breaks or, you know, things like that. So yeah, so that's why I said, let me go live real quick. You know, and then I got my son here, but my son, he wants to stay at home playing Fortnite all day, so that's what he wants to do. He didn't even want to go outside. He's like, yo, I'm playing a game. I'm like, yo, we got to get some water, bro. And then on top of that, I got a freaking sprained ankle that my leg hurts like crazy. I couldn't sleep last night at all. I woke up late today. I woke up like at 10:30, 11 o'clock, because I couldn't sleep nothing. Like, my leg hurts. It's crazy. I don't know if I broke it, what I did to it, but, you know, me trying to be a good dad. I don't know if you guys ever played this game where you try to lift your kids with your leg. But my kids are big now. I can't be doing that shit. So they holding on to my leg, right, as I'm walking. And I felt something. And that was like, what was it, like 2 days ago? 2 nights ago? I felt something on my leg, like a little click, click. Like a little, something snapped. and now my leg hurts like crazy. I can't walk. So I'm gonna go to Costco. I'm gonna go to Costco. I'm gonna ask for one of those the little carts for the old heads with a fucked up leg. I'm gonna have to need one of those because my leg, I can't walk on it, but I need water.
Then go get an X-ray.
I know. I'm supposed to get an X-ray, but let's see. Hopefully it gets better this
You
weekend.
want to come?
You want to see the X-ray? Let's see. I don't know, man. That's another thing too that got me not stressed, but like really annoyed, man. Every time it's like a guarantee. Every freaking other few months, some shit happens, man. They just mess up my whole freaking day, mess up my whole flow. Like now I probably got a broken leg or something. Hopefully I don't need no surgery or nothing. Knowing me with my luck, they'll be like, yo, we're gonna have to fix some ligaments or some shit. But yeah, man, I'm multitasking, man. This is what I do. I try to maximize my time as much as I can, you know. And then later on, we gotta go back into some stuff that we're working on CodingPhase. Guys, by the way, anybody that's a Diamond member or anyone that is looking to purchase it by itself, go check out the Klaviyo course. Go check it out, guys. No cap. I know I did a video about this the other day talking about how you can make $60,000 on the side. This is no cap, guys. This is not me bullshitting you. This is not me hyping it up because I got a course. No, I'm making a course on it because it actually is something that's on high demand right now. Okay? Remember this, guys. In 2020, right? 2020, 2021, I was telling you guys about Shopify like crazy. And then because there was a huge demand for it at that moment, right? An opportunity that was there for that moment. Not an opportunity for 10 years later, 20 years later. No, it's an opportunity when shit is happening live. That's when I go in and I create the course because I want you guys to win. Understand that I don't create courses to sell you a course, right? I create a course depending on what's happening in the market. Right now, you're having some issues on getting a job. Guys, email development is the thing that's gonna save you right now. You know, content management is the thing that's gonna save you because those type of jobs, there's always positions. No matter what the market is like for the quote-unquote tech jobs, because every company needs this. And not just companies that's in the tech industry, but companies in general, right? Right now, you could go to Costco. You go to Costco, searching careers, and you're going to see that they're hiring for email development and for content management. You could go to Publix. You could go to literally Honda, Lexus, Mercedes, any of these companies. They are hiring for content managers and also to, right, email developers, right? So if you want to get your first job, you want to put, some good titles, some good, company names on your resume, this is the things that you got to go for, right? So when I created this Klaviyo course right now, and I'm making it accessible for all of you guys on CodingPhase, I'm doing it for a reason. It's not because I want to create a course. Trust me, guys, this is stuff that I could say, I don't want to downplay it, but they're beneath the skills that I have, right? The reason I do this is because I have to go in and find opportunities for you guys. And when things pop up that I see that is like a great opportunity for new people to get into, I go in and I create the course. It's not because I'm like, man, I'm in love with email development, I'm in love with content management. No, those are positions, that's where you start at, right? But that's where you guys is gonna really get your money in, right? That's where you guys really gonna go in and actually get your start, which is what I want for you guys. Right now, as you guys can see, most of these positions, they are looking for somebody to have, experience. How do you get experience if no one's hiring, right? So you have to look in alternative ways where you could use your development skills, so then you can go and get experience. Shout out to my son. He's over here. He wants to be get some light. You want to be famous? You want to be on YouTube? You want to be on YouTube? Ah, you on YouTube now. This kid losing all his teeth now, looking like a little old man. Yeah, so it's good though. Get the brand new teeth, you know. You know what I mean? Coming through, he coming back with a Mel BBL, brand new teeth by the end of the summer. Um, yeah, man. So like I was saying, guys, job titles are a new participation award. Somebody said that's true. There's some companies that be giving that shit out like Tic Tacs. It's like somebody just came in and, well, you're a senior front end developer. I'm like, yo, this person don't even fucking have 6 months. Let me see. Remember to keep an eye out on issues last time that happened. Yeah. Ring through here, take the motorized cart. Yeah, that's what I'm about to get. My foot is crazy. Like, my foot right now, bro, my shit's dead big, bro. My shit looking like a my foot right now looking like a motherfucking nah, it's looking like straight up like, you ever seen like those hamburgers once they put like 2-3 stacks on them, like the shit just looks swole. It's like, yo, who's gonna eat that? Yeah, my leg looking crazy right now. Yo, yo, but it's the sacrifices I gotta do, bro. My wife is pregnant right now, right? So she can't bring all the water bottles, and I'm like, yo, we need water in the house, man. He didn't stop. So I gotta go in. I gotta be the man of the house, even with a broken foot. You know. Yeah, man, should be crazy. Blackjack says, I think the worst case scenario, physical therapy. That's the thing. I don't want to do no physical therapy. If my leg is gonna be looking like this, it's gonna be looking like this, because at the end of the day, I don't have time to go to physical therapy. But this shit hurts. Yeah, man. Your son can be a Fortnite YouTuber. Yeah, that's what he wants. He got hype. You hyped him up. Don't hype him up. Don't hype him up. Look at him. He hype right now. That's what he wants.
Stop laughing.
Yo, don't hype him up. Don't gas his head up.
If you make me hype, I'm gonna...
Don't hype him up. He about to blow up right now. He gassed up now. He gassed up, man. Let me see. Hey, John, Oracle DBA. I want to change career to developers in order to start my own business to develop web apps to small businesses in DR. I like coding in PHP. Which path do you recommend? If you want to do like create your own business and you're in DR, right? I don't know if you're in DR or you're planning on going to DR. My advice is learn Laravel, right? You could do full stack applications with that. Learn either Vue.js or React, because that's the ecosystem of like Laravel. Most companies use Vue.js with Laravel, but you could also use React and Inertia. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. But I will also recommend learning Shopify, because there's a lot of companies that sell products in DR. So if you're gonna create a business, right, you gotta have the skills to be able to provide the services for those businesses. Like, it doesn't make sense to create a custom online store. What you do is you use Shopify's ecosystem and the infrastructure, and then create a custom store within Shopify for them. Yeah, man. I'm on excess. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Time really is going by fast. Yeah. Look, when I came into this thing, this game of YouTube, right? I started right when my wife had just gotten pregnant with Ethan. So this is what you get, right? This how long I've been in this game. That this kid is already grown. You get what I'm saying? So that lets you know we've been in this game for a while, man. We're talking about 7 years, man. 7 years doing this thing since 2017. We're in 2024. Oh, got him. So
Actually, 8 years.
now we're gonna be 8 years next year. But it's crazy, man. What do you want to say?
Type in your username in the chat if you want to get friended.
So he plays Fortnite. If y'all want to play Fortnite, what was the name? Is the Anthrax or Darth Jason?
If you want to play with him, it's Darth Jason. If you want to play with me, Anthrax.
Yeah, so the Anthrax on PlayStation 5. We were playing in there. But yeah, man, guys, listen. Like I said, guys, go check out the Klaviyo course. No cap. This is something that you can provide to companies. I use it myself, right? And one of the main reasons why I also too wanted to put you guys on for my company, since I switched to Klaviyo, we've increased 20 to 30% of sales. Okay. Now again, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Everything that I put you guys on is shit that has worked for me. Okay, and that I see opportunities for you guys. There's a lot of companies that need this service and they don't even know that they need it. So let's say, for example, you come in and you have a friend of yours who needs a website, needs an online store. She wants to sell t-shirts, panties, and bras, right? So whatever she sells, lingerie, right? You help her build the online store. Guess what? You're going to use something like Shopify, WordPress, WooCommerce, Wix, one of those, right? Whatever service you decide to use. You're going to use that to build her online store. Let's say you charge her $1,000, $2,000 for that service, right? You then from there can also say, hey, I will go in and build you an automated system for your business to be able to capture emails, and then from there be able to send out emails to your customers on a weekly basis. All right. So once you do that, you can now charge for the setup fee of setting up Klaviyo, right? Then on top of that, listen to this shit, right? You can make money from the Shopify store as an affiliate. So every time that they sign up for or that they pay for their online store, you get a percentage of that. Shopify pays you a percentage of you signing someone into Shopify, right? Then from there, for Klaviyo, by you using Klaviyo, you can charge the customer, hey, I'm going to charge you $500 for the setup, and I'm going to charge you $200 a month for, a recurring income, or like, let's say, not recurring, but what's the name of this thing? Dang. Not recurring. It's another word for it. But basically, you're charging them $200 a month or $500, whatever it is, for sending out emails for them, right? On a weekly basis. You don't have to believe me. You could go on Fiverr. You could go online. You could search right now, email development, email marketing. You will see how much money people are making, right? Now, of course, you as a developer, you can just focus on the code, right? But you can be the entry point to getting all of these companies to sign up through all the services for your company. And then from there, you could even hire freelancers. You could, let's say right now, there's a guy on Fiverr charging $25 for writing emails, custom emails for a company, right? And you're charging, let's say, for example, $400. You pay the guy $25, right? And you get to keep the difference, which is $375. If you want to go in and make it more fair, you say, well, I'm going to pay you $25 for every email that you're going to make on a weekly basis. And guess what? You're charging $400. This is how business works, guys. You get something for cheap, and then you basically sell it for a profit. A retainer, yes, thank you. A retainer, that's what it is. You get a retainer for, you know, on a monthly basis. $400 to handle their email. So you already set their store up. Now they're gonna want to have you actually set up everything for them. So you could take something that was a $200, right, or $2,000 one-time hit, which is just building them a website, to then going in and making that into a $400 to $500 a month service that you provide to these companies, which at the end of the year comes out to $5,000 to $6,000. So instead of you just earning $2,000 from one customer, you could have potentially can make up to $5,000, $7,000 from that customer in total on a month, not monthly, on a yearly basis. So again, guys, this is why I'm trying to put you guys on. This is how you make money. You don't want to go in and just be like focusing just on the code. You need to provide all of the services that these businesses need. That's how you're going to make the money, guys. Coding is only going to get you a job. You need to start branching out. You need to start learning skills like I did. When you see me here on YouTube, the reason why you see me here is not because I'm like, man, this guy was just like the best developer that just focused on code 24/7. No. I was thinking about, I'm going to go into these companies and I want to learn specific skills, right? I could have went to Google, I could have went to any of those fucking companies, but they wasn't going to teach me what I needed to learn to build my own businesses at a small scale, and then from there for me to grow. So I went into all these e-commerce companies and learned all the skills from within. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm able to do what I do. When I quit my YouTube channel, we didn't have to go in and spend years on YouTube. I quit my job to create a YouTube and be on this platform within like 6 months. Most people, you see them on YouTube like years. Man, I'm about to go full time. I did that shit in 6 months because I was already making money on the side. This type of skills are gold. You guys don't even know, but you're gonna thank me. The 1%, 2% of you guys that actually followed through. Shout out to Kevin Mosley that listened to me in 2021, 2022 when I told him get into Shopify, and right now he's doing really good. Shout out to everybody that came in and focused on Shopify. When I told you guys, everyone is doing great right now, right? So I'm telling you guys right now, this is a huge opportunity. Klaviyo is the place to go, man. Get your bag, man. Anyways, guys, I'm going to see you guys later. My phone's going to die right now, so I'm going to see you guys later, all right? Take care.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
You want to say bye, so bye, guys. I'm going to see you guys later. My phone's about to die.